Welcome, seekers. You have made it to the Tarot Magicians channel. My name is Ricky, and today I bring you another Pick a Card tarot reading titled, What Do You Need to Hear Right Now? So, this reading is designed to assist you, current energies, what's happening, and what essentially is the guiding message or advice that Source has for you. So, we have three groups. If you're new to pick a cards, each group has a distinct message. It's up to you to select the group that calls to you the most. Today we have three groups. This right here is group number 1, the inner child, card number 8. This right here is group number 2, rebirth, card number 24. And right here we have group number 3, clearing your space, card number 28. So if you're drawn to any of those keywords, to the imagery, to the number, go ahead and pick that group. I am going to include the timestamp so that you can fast forward to your group in the description below. Make your selections now, and I will see you there. Welcome, group number 1. So you picked the beautiful inner child. This is definitely a very important card. I feel like the inner child just has so much symbolism. We see here an image that depicts a child reaching up to commune with a giant. We can say that's a cosmic serpent. The snake represents a time of transformation and a readiness to finally heal the wounded child within. So this is a card of self-acceptance, essentially. You are ready to embrace and acknowledge your inner child, group number 1, and that part of you that is still delighted by the world, that person that you were before disappointment and setbacks hardened your heart and perhaps made you a little cynical. So childhood heartache might have triggered the wounding process, and this is where you created certain beliefs to help you cope with a life that was less than perfect. These beliefs can manifest as low self-esteem, feeling unlovable, approval-seeking behaviors, and an inability to say no. So what your inner child needs is self-care and self-love. It's important for you to approve of yourself, to trust yourself, and allow yourself to fully feel every emotion without trying to suppress it. Be creative and play at this time, group number 1. Try new things, and most of all, feel safe. Feel safe at this time, group number 1. A healthy dialogue between your inner child and adult self means that you can ask for what you need without fear of anger or disapproval, and that in some ways you can maintain loving boundaries with others and give yourself permission to rest and practice self-care. So, now is a good time to set boundaries with people who you feel are maybe taking advantage of your good nature. When you choose this card, which you did, it's important for you to start to give permission to yourself to say no. It's okay to say no. So, I feel like in many ways, a lot of you are maybe struggling with this. But we're going to go ahead and take a look and see what the tarot has to show us. We're going to use the tarot Apocalypses. And then let me zoom out first. There we go. So we're going to use the Tarot Apocalypses to give us an understanding of where you're at right now. The inner child is essentially telling us that, you're having a hard time saying no. Maybe this has something to do with your past. But anyways, we're just going to let the cards speak to us and see exactly what appears. So we're going to use the Tarot Apocalypses once again. What are your current energies? What are your current energies? Wow. Group number 1, there's definitely a very strong determination to succeed. You are being represented by the Princess of Wands currently. And this is a very important card, I feel, because in some ways this aspect of you is the aspect that says, I am mighty, I am great, I am going to rise above anything and be successful. And in many ways, the Princess of Wands she is extremely successful in everything that she does. This is the ultimate form of willpower. She gets up in the morning, she does what she needs to do, she's capable, she's ready, she's able to take on whatever is in front of her. And this is what makes her truly dynamic at this moment in time. So in many ways, you are under this energy currently, magnificent energy to be under. If we integrate the inner child with the Princess of Wands, perhaps a message that you need to hear right now is to try and connect with that inner child more, play a little more. One thing to consider with the cosmic snake is newness. Maybe a different process, a different way of doing things will yield incredible results for you. The Princess of Wands, we have another snake here showing up. So 2 snakes now. The snake is very important. For me, anytime I see the snake, I think of Shiva and Shiva's, power over the snake. It's almost like whenever I see an image of Shiva, the snakes around his neck are a confirmation that he has control over all of the horrors and chaos in the world. That's why Shiva's a destroyer. He destroys and he's able to create something new. New life is sprung out of that destruction. And I feel like maybe potentially what the cards are telling you is that it's time to destroy a part of you that is no longer serving you. And we get a little bit of a glimpse into what that is with the Hangman reverse. So let's go ahead and take a look at this card real closely. The Hangman is the card of sacrifice. Okay, this is, as we see in this illustration, a warrior, a native warrior that has decided to take on this practice. It's very dangerous, and it's a practice to make it into adulthood. It's a practice to show that they've reached a place where they are truly worth integrating, and they're truly able to move forward in a more dynamic way in life. And also it's a way to gain respect from other natives. But anyway, this very dangerous process that we're seeing here, this very dangerous ritual that we can call it, is something that I feel you have to go through. You have to go through this process of sacrifice, and more often than not, that sacrifice just means that you have to be still. You have to allow yourself to be consumed by the flames in order to be made anew. And the fact that the Hangman showed up reversed tells me that maybe potentially you're unwilling or unyielding or unable to do that right now for some reason. And unless you don't burn that aspect of you away, you're going to maybe stumble just a little bit. And so it's important for you to connect with that inner child. It's important for you to connect with that cosmic snake that says that you have authority, that you have incredible power. And so remember the advice. Say no to people. Worry about yourself. Self-love, self-care. Right? Get rid of that that says yes to everything and everyone and allows for people to just kind of step on you. No, you are powerful, you are dynamic, you are capable, you are able, and you are going to accomplish great, great things. But I think that one area that needs a little recalibration is how you interact with people. Saying no is important. Right? That's the ultimate form of self-care and self-love. Saying no. No, I love you, but I'm not going to be around you. I love you, but I'm not going to answer the phone. I love you, but I'm not going to accept you at this moment in time to be around my space. And I love you, but I'm not going to listen to your advice right now. Okay, I'm going to listen to my internal compass. And so these things, right? Self-confidence. That's essentially what's being shown here. And, I feel that with the Princess of Wands, you are someone who is truly there for everyone, right? The Princess of Wands is a fire starter. She's capable, she's ready, she's able, and it's time for you to start being that for yourself, right? I think that, my feelings are is that we're all on a very individualistic journey, and sometimes we try to bring people into that journey with us. We want them to be a part of it, and we want them to just, be always there. And that's not always a good thing. Sometimes we have to go through the process of being alone, being away from the crowd, in order to see things from a different angle. So saying no is important. Maybe stepping away from where you are right now is also very important. So let's see, what else? What exactly is this energy going to bring for you? And you know what? For that, we're going to throw some oracle cards. I just want to get some direct messages from the oracles. I've already thrown at random the oracle cards for every group. So we're just going to start revealing them now. This is from the Angel Quest Oracle deck. Let's see what message we have. Life Review. Okay. Archangel Jeremiah wants you to understand how your actions are affecting yourself and others. Okay. This is interesting. So you have a divine source here. You have this divine presence telling you, hey, right now, the message that you need to hear is going to affect you in a very strong way, and it's important for you to pay close attention to what that message is, right? Because there's understanding, and it's important for you to understand also that your actions, everything that you do, has a ripple effect. So, my goodness, all right, I feel like that's like a setup for something. All right, so let's go ahead and throw some tarot, and let's see what message, what is it that needs to be understood about group number 1. Okay, what needs to be understood at this moment in time? What needs to be understood? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So you've got the Strength card reversed and you've got the Moon reversed here. Very interesting cards. What needs to be understood is how you're moving in the world and who you are giving and investing your strength on. The fact that you've got this card, it's a process of growth. It's a process of reaching a new place, reaching a new understanding. The fact that it's reversed tells me that you've given too much of your strength to others. Maybe potentially you've given too much of your energy away to other people. You're unwilling and unable to come face to face with your enemy and cut his throat. That's difficult to hear, right? That's difficult to understand. But you have to understand it. In order for there to be life, in order for there to be creation, you have to, in some ways, sacrifice other people. And what that means is that whoever is not helping you on your quest, you have to get rid of them. We have here, I forget what deity this is. I wish I knew. But anyways, this deity is coming face to face with her enemy, okay? And she is ready to just get rid of this person. Now, this person doesn't necessarily have to be an enemy. They can just be someone who just wants to take up their time, right? Who's just there. But see, this deity is so powerful that she understands that this person is not going to help her in any way. So she is taking it upon herself to make the decision and say, I don't need you in my life. I'm cutting you off, right? I am walking away. And so you have to understand that process. Just because you're saying no to someone doesn't mean that you don't care about them. All that means is that you're worrying about yourself. Self-love, self-care, inner child, right? Child doesn't really care about anyone else. Child just wants to play, just wants to have fun, just wants to enjoy themselves. And so obviously this is an aspect that you might right now be lacking, right? Maybe there's a bit of an unbalance here. You're giving way too much, you're saying yes too much. And so you have to understand that it's an illusion. You've built some kind of illusion. You've created some kind of illusion around this, right? We've got the Moon card showing up here. Anytime the Moon shows up reversed, what we have is an inability to see clearly in the darkness. Under the light of the Moon, you can see a lot of mysterious things. You can see a lot of things that aren't there. So this is the card of making or creating some illusion in your mind that's just not real. So it's important for you to potentially just look and see how you're giving too much of yourself, right? When one exercise that you can do, when someone asks something of you, don't just immediately say, I need to do this to help them and make them feel truly wanted and cared for. Don't have that immediate reaction, group number one. The first reaction that you should have is, how is this going to affect me? Do I really want to do this right now? If the answer is no, then you have to say no, right? You have to have that balance, right? You can't always just say yes because you want to, this person to like you, or you want to seem like someone who's good-hearted. That a person that says yes too much, it's a sign of someone who wants the approval of others. And you don't need anyone's approval. You are who you are. You are powerful. You are dynamic. You have incredible ability. And that ability needs to 100% be invested in you, your inner child, your fun. This is very important for you to do. And the fact that we're getting this life review card here and all of those bubbles, what we have is people showing up, right? It's interesting that we have all of the people showing up in those bubbles. This can be talking about friends, family members, people that you hold dear, right? That really count on you, that they've built this life around you, and they, when they think of you, it's like, oh, I can always count on them, right? I can always count on group one to do exactly what I want them to do. Well, that energy needs to shift, is what the cards are telling you, in order for you to actually have true victory in life. And let's go ahead and throw some oracle cards. Let's see what else the cards reveal to us. We're going to throw 2 Moonology cards and see what these Moonology cards tell us. So here we go. First Moonology card is Forgive. Full moon in Pisces. Forgive is the message. So group number 1, who do you need to forgive? Do you need to forgive yourself? Is this what's happening here? Forgiveness. Why forgiveness? Are is this something that you have to do right now? Let's see with the other Moonology card. Step into your power. First quarter moon in Aries, right? So here we have the power that we see in the Princess of Wands showing up now with an oracle card. Step into your power. So you're giving your power away. You've been doing this for a while now. It's important for you to stop that immediately. Forgive yourself first and foremost for doing this. I think that maybe some of you're very hard on yourselves, okay? You are very hard on yourselves. And maybe that hardness is maybe part of the revelation that the cards are trying to give us, right? That revelation that you are in some ways trying to be everything for someone else. And, there's a self-sacrificing element here for other people, but you aren't sacrificing anything for yourself. It's time to be a bit greedy. Group number 1, I mean, that's what it all boils down to, okay? I want to try and give you as simplistic terms as possible. It is time for you to worry about yourself, worry about what you are currently doing. It is important for you to break free of whatever illusions we have here with this moon card reversed. Maybe this is illusions of needing to do this in order to feel like you are truly a part of something. Illusions. Make sure that you're checking in with this, right? Understand who you are with the Princess of Wands. Understand that you are capable of great things. And that there is a new experience that beckons to be explored. We have a lot of snake symbolism here. A lot of it showing up. And so, we have 1 snake, 2 snakes, 3 snakes. So 3. And that is a very important number when we have 3 of anything. It is a confirmation from a cosmic order that tells you that transformation is afoot. And that transformation can only happen if you shed the old skin. And we have that revelation with the Hangman here showing up, right? We have the fires of the Hangman showing up underneath them. There's this just allowing himself to just, in some ways, be taken up into this illumination state where there aren't any worries outside, there aren't any worries inside. There just is. Okay? And so in order for you to be able to see what the illusions that you've believed are, you have to go into that state, right? That state of just potentially being still, not giving in to other people, not giving in to the energies, but more of an individualistic kind of energy. It is going to feel like a sacrifice, okay? But the thing is that a lot of you have not been sacrificing anything for yourself, okay? You've been doing it for other people. You've been fighting other people's battles. You've been investing your time and energy on what other people would like for you to do. And potentially, you're trying to earn the respect of other people. And unfortunately, right now, that is not where you need to be. You have to try and be as individualistic as possible. You have to do things for yourself, because you are the most important person right now, is what the cards are saying to you. Group number 1. Step into your power. You are a powerful person. Forgive yourself for any past mistakes. Forgive yourself for, maybe potentially things that you've done that you told that you have to make up for. I think of, I'm thinking of my mother for some reason, and I'm just going to tell you her story. She's placed a lot of blame on herself, because when her mother, my grandmother, when her mother was pregnant, my mother, had this incident where she saw this frog and she got very scared and she called for her and she came running, and in her coming running, she fell, right? She fell, and my mom's brother ended up being born prematurely, and he, in some ways, still to this day is, he has these issues, right, that I'm not going to get into, but she blames herself gravely for this. And so because she blames herself so much, she overextends, she overgives, she puts a lot of blame, a lot of almost anger, she puts a lot on her shoulders. And there was no way that she could have controlled that, right? There was just really no way. It's just one of those things that happens in life. So make sure that you are forgiving yourself, okay? Forgive yourself. Release it. Step into your power. Group number 1, this is a very beautiful reading. I hope that you received it. I hope that you truly took the message in. I want to thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being a part of this channel. I do want to remind you that I'm offering private readings at this time. If you are interested, I am going to include the Etsy link in the description below. I offer those readings through Etsy only. Thank you also for those that have placed donations with me. Anytime I get a donation, I'm so inspired. It fills me with just so much gratitude. I never expected. So thank you for that, for the ones that have donated. Thank you for the ones that have subscribed, that have been here for a long time. Thank you for your comments. If you comment, I will respond back. I always do. So thank you once again, and bye-bye. Welcome, group number 2, to your reading and a message of what you need to hear right now. So you picked the very beautiful rebirth card, number 24. This is a very interesting card. And what this card is essentially showing, or what this card shows me about you, is that you feel you have done your best to make yourself lovable, to be the perfect lover, wife, husband, mother, father, child, sibling, or friend. However, every failure and every disappointment has left you feeling disillusioned and broken. Each break symbolizes a past trauma. You can see here with this rebirth, we have a lot of breaks, a lot of cracks. And so each break symbolizes a past trauma, a broken heart, a wound, the loss of a dear friend, a betrayal. And how easy it would be to become bitter and hardened your heart against love, huh? Under all this pain and under all these cracks. In your distress, call upon the universal spirit of love, group number 2, and it will patiently guide you to rebuild yourself piece by piece. This rebirth card is inspired by kintsugi, the Japanese art of repairing broken pottery with gold, if you can see the cracks, right? The broken pieces are lovingly mended with gold lacquer, and they become part of the object's story. It's a beautiful technique that highlights the imperfections of each break. So, similarly, each broken part of you becomes part of the rich tapestry of your life story. Through destruction comes repair and rebirth. You must accept and love your broken pieces and transmute them into gold and love, becoming stronger in the process. Group number 2. The pure gold of love will open your heart and soul, and like the gold leaf in kintsugi, you will be in a process of restructure. You'll be able to restructure the broken pieces of your heart and make it shine, because you, at this moment, are becoming a new being. So focus on the spirit of love that rests in you. Bring it to the center of your life. This action will free you from feeling dependent on the love of others to feel whole, because you are loved by love itself. Okay, so very interesting card, a very interesting selection. Definitely group number 2. Very interesting message, right? Putting the pieces together and going through that rebirth. Now, what we're going to go ahead and do is first we're going to zoom out. Let me go ahead and zoom out. And we are going to use the tarot to give us a little more understanding of what you are currently going through right now at this very moment. Group number 2. So we're going to shuffle at random. The Tarot Apocalypsis. Oh, wow. Princess of Wands. That's interesting. Group number 1. If you were drawn to group number 1, it's important that you watch it. Because the Princess of Wands was the main card of that group. And it just kind of blew out of the deck. So if you were drawn to group 1, after you watch this group, make sure that you go back and you watch group 1 as well. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look and see. So what are you currently going through right now? What are you currently going through right now? Wow, so you're going through a new process. Absolutely. It's interesting because, you did pick the rebirth card, right? And so you were drawn to that rebirth. You were drawn to the imagery of rebirth, and I feel like it is very significant because, even the tarot now is showing us, and it shows us with the Fool. The Fool is the beginning, right? The quest that's taken with the hero's journey, and so there's a new beginning for you. There's a new rebirth. At the very least, there's a desire for that newness. There's a desire for that. New energy. And when we see this Fool, what we have is ecstasy. There is an excitement about you, group number 2. There is an excitement for you to get started on this new journey, on this new quest, on this new adventure. We have here a Fool that's dancing this almost ecstasy-filled dance. This Fool is just so in the moment, so alive, so ready, so able. And they're just dancing their mystic, beautiful dance, right? This person doesn't care. They're dancing on top of a cliff. They can fall at any moment, but if they fall, the Fool probably thinks that they're going to grow wings and fly away, right? That's the kind of ecstasy and ecstatic energy that's associated with the Fool. And so, with that, also comes the Hermit reversed. And this is a very interesting card. Because even though there's the excitement that the Fool brings with this new energy or desire for newness, there's also a hesitation, right? That's what this Hermit card is showing us. And so what we see with the Hermit is potentially feeling isolated from others, being unable to find answers, feeling blind and ignorant in a situation, possibly even ignoring a spiritual calling or refusing guidance at the very moment. And so because of these things, potentially there is a fear, right? There's a hesitation, but at the same time, there is a willingness. So it's very interesting. Very, very interesting that we have these two cards, the Fool and the Hermit, because, in one area, we have this willingness and desire and this forward moving momentum, right, with the Fool, but then there's also that hesitation. And so if there's an advice that I can give you based on what I'm seeing here, is to give in to the energy of the Fool, right? The Hermit reversed is showing us an aspect of you that you're leaving behind, right? It's the cracks that we have with the rebirth. And the only way that you're going to be able to add the gold is with the Fool, with the energy of the Fool. Go with that new energy. Go and explore as much as you can. And when you are doing this, you're going to feel that intuitive nature, that intuition that tells you, hey, that is the direction that you need to take. That is where you need to go. Now, maybe for some of you with the Hermit, the fact that you're refusing some kind of, spiritual calling, that might be really, sitting, it doesn't sit well with you. Maybe potentially there's a desire for you to start a community, or maybe there's a desire for you to express yourself in some capacity, for you to help others and in a spiritual way. There's, we live in very interesting times. I think that there's many ways that you can express that. Now, what I want to do is try and gain some understanding of this Hermit energy with the Oracle cards, right? So we already know that the Hermit energy is showing us that maybe you're feeling a bit isolated or unable to find answers. Maybe you're feeling blind or ignorant, and you're feeling like there's something wrong. Okay, so let's go ahead and see if we can gain some direction from the oracles. And we're going to start with the Angel Quest Oracle cards. I've already thrown these cards off camera at random. Let's see what we get. Innocence. Okay. This card reads, the angels are advising you to embrace the wholesome qualities of your childhood. Wow. Okay, so now I know why Spirit is trying to guide you to Group 1. There's definitely something in Group 1 for you, because this is the message of Group 1. But anyways, the angels are advising you to embrace the wholesome qualities of your childhood. So I feel like, a lot of the things that you are currently going through have to do with pleasing other people, potentially wanting to do something that is in some ways pleasing to the whole. And so there's a lack of you connecting with yourself, right? Of you maybe embracing towards your energy, towards what you want to accomplish, towards what you want to do. Maybe there's a stepping away from who you were. And I think that it's rooted in some deep pain of the past, maybe even trauma from the past. Let's go ahead and throw some more tarot cards to get a clearer understanding. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I am having a little bit of a hard time with this group. Wow. It's a very interesting, it's 4 very interesting cards, I gotta say. And I'm trying to put everything together, but man, it is a very interesting group. Maybe a lot of you picked this group. Alright, let's see. Spirit, give us a little bit of an understanding of what's going on here. A little clarity. Oh wow. So you are exhausted. Okay, you are definitely going through a period of exhaustion. This is leaving you a bit depleted. You fought many hard battles. Group number 2. You fought many hard battles, and we see that here with the 5 of Wands. And what we have is warriors that are taking on this huge challenge. Some are just flexing, right, trying to show off. Others are putting in a very dedicated kind of work. Others are struggling. Others are injured, right? Others are just going through a bit of an issue here. And I feel that maybe for a lot of you that pick this group, you've been injured, you've been hurt by your work, by your struggles. I feel that maybe you've given so much to a situation, you've given so much to an event, and unfortunately things haven't been as they should, or you're exhausted, right? And we see that exhaustion with the 10 of Wands. Ten of Wands reversed is a card of giving everything you have, literally. You know, you are exhausted. You can't keep moving forward. The fact that it's showing up tells me that you have taken on a lot of work, a lot of effort has been put into something, and it's just left you feeling completely depleted. And so the advice so far from the oracles is that you have to, in some ways, embrace that inner child that wants to play. You've been working too hard. You've been giving too much attention to things that are important, and you haven't been giving enough attention to that playful energy. So it's time to get out. It's time to have fun. It's time to have that adventure. It's time to really be carefree and careless. Stop worrying so much. Stop seeking so much. It's time to start being more in the moment, is what the cards are telling you. That is really what the message is. I've had so much trouble, but now it makes perfect sense. You are exhausted because you've given your too much of your energy has been given to some kind of project, some kind of great undertaking. Maybe you're just in some ways searching and searching and searching for an answer, and you feel like until you don't have it, you can't be happy. Or this could just very well be your job, your career, your finances, just the situation that you're in right now is very depleting. It's depleted you completely. So if you can take some time off, if you can take some vacation, if you can do that, that is what would be most advantageous for you at this time. Now, we're going to go ahead and keep this going. We're going to throw 2 Moonology cards to gain some more advice from the Oracle. So we're going to start with the first Moonology card. And this card reads, Lighten Up. Wow. That is a very direct message. Last quarter moon in Leo. Lighten up, dude. Right? So, yeah. You know, you're being very serious. Okay? We see that with the Hermit. We see that with the Ten of Wands. We see it with the Five of Wands. You're moving in life in a very serious demeanor. Everything is too serious. Everything might be just too important. I think that some of you are so involved in the affairs of currently what's going on that you're not stopping and smelling the roses and enjoying yourself. You're not really living life. You're kind of just going through it. And what I mean by going through it is, you're just giving too much attention to things that you right now think are very important, but really they're not. They're not very important. Your ability to have fun, your energy of life that says, I am here to just have fun. I don't think it's present. And so the cards want you to start having that fun, right? Lighten up. It's not that big of a deal. Whatever you're going through, even though it feels like it right now, even though you feel like if this isn't accomplished or if this doesn't happen for you, it's going to be the end of the world, it really isn't. And the cards are asking you to lighten up a little bit. And the thing is that with this rebirth card, my goodness, right? Picking up the broken pieces, putting it together, it's a very difficult process. I think that a lot of you have gone through some heartbreak, potentially some betrayal. Maybe you've lost a lot. Maybe you've seen the people around you go through these things, and you don't want to repeat that. You don't want to have that same kind of energy be a part of your life. So you're always constantly trying to get ahead of everything. You're trying to get ahead. And in your pursuit, you have forgotten to live life. You have forgotten that this is an adventure. This is a journey of fun, first and foremost. Fun. You have potentially given into the trap of achievements. I think that, a lot of us, we live a life where if we don't achieve something, then we are insignificant, right? That's what we tell ourselves. And I think that the cards want to reverse that mentality and that way of thinking. Lighten up, right? Lighten up. Have the energy of the Fool. Have that energy of ecstasy. That energy of just, wanting something completely new. An energy of just, it's almost like with the Fool, there's a death of the ego that takes place, right? There's a removing of things that are holding you back. There's a spiritual ecstasy. There's a drunkenness with the Fool. There's a feeling of oneness. There's divine inspiration. There's a sense of new beginnings in all areas, or the start of a new path or journey, a new awakening, a new realization, having a beginner's mindset, right? These things are, I feel, things that you should be focusing on right now. And make sure that you have that energy on things that are increasing you, not taking away from you. So it's going to fall on you to try and identify the things in life that have left you feeling depleted, right? That you've given so much energy and attention to, that have left you feeling so depleted currently. Step away from that and enjoy yourself, okay? Stop worrying so much is what the cards are telling you. All right, so the final card. Let's see what Moonology card we have. Oh my, be humble, Leo again. First quarter moon in Leo. There's a lot of fire here, okay? A lot of fire. 10 of Wands, 5 of Wands. Last quarter moon in Leo, and now the first quarter moon in Leo. So a lot of fire showing up. My fire signs out there, whether it be your sun, moon, rising, this message is very important for you. Be humble, say the cards to you in your approach. Be humble. That is very interesting, and I feel that it speaks to some of you, but for others it doesn't. But be humble with yourself, be humble with other people, be humble in life in general. Again, the Fool is the death of the ego, right? There's a sense of boundaries and self, and removing that which holds one back, but also do it with a very humbling spirit, right? Be humble. Interesting. All right, so that is what I see here, group number 2. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I want to thank you so much for watching. Also, reminder, I am offering private readings at this time. If you're interested in a private reading, you will have to go through my Etsy store. I am going to leave the link to my Etsy store in the description below. Thank you guys for being a part of this community. Thank you for your love. Thank you for just everything. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your donations. Thank you for the likes. And also, don't forget to comment. I read all of your comments. I respond to those comments. So, very interesting. Very interested in knowing what you guys are up to. If you like this reading, if there's something that you would like to see different, let me know. Let me know what you're. Let me have some input. All right. I really want to know. Thank you guys. I love you. And bye-bye. Welcome, group number 3. So, you picked number 28, Clearing Your Space. Very, very beautiful card. And, what I feel that this card is trying to tell you is that everything around you is humming with energy, okay? Every object, every person, every animal, plant that you see is a collection of tiny particles that are vibrating at a certain frequency. And so when you look at life in this way, you can start to become more aware of the energy around you. And when you do that, when you become more aware of the energy around you, there's a sense of being uplifted. And the clearing of your space card appears, when it is time for some deep cleaning and clearing. And I feel that that's why you picked this card. I think on a subconscious level, you know that it's time to let go of some things, to make space for the new, and it has to come through a clearing of that. So separate yourself from what no longer serves you, group number 3. Clear your physical space. Surround yourself also with people who want the best for you, and reciprocate it, for it is time for a new cycle in your life, is what this card is alluding to. So, whether you're seeking a positive new relationship, a new home, clarity, or prosperity, be mindful that everything starts with the energy that you surround yourself with, and this includes people. Foster loving connections and build alliances with like-minded people. Be true to your word and honor your promises. Also, encourage others to follow your example at this time. Encircle yourself, group number 3, with loving streams of energy. Energy, as it is, when you are in some ways, when you put out into the world a certain kind of energy, others pick up on that on a subconscious level. And so with this energy, you can start to create the life you want, attracting people and experiences that are good for you. So it's important right now for you to maybe potentially choose a space in your home that needs to be cleared. I think that this is a good exercise to follow. It clears the mind. But choose a space in your home that needs to be cleared. Dedicate some time to going through the items in this area and see if they make you happy. Deeply clean this space and set your intention to live life from a higher energetic vibration as you discard items that no longer serve you. If you do this, you're going to come to a new understanding. Now, let's throw some tarot and get a deeper understanding. For that, we're going to first zoom out and we're going to try and get some deeper understanding of your current energies, where you are right now. Let's go ahead and start with a tarot. We're going to use the Tarot Apocalypsis. You guys know this is my favorite tarot deck, so we're going to use it here today. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what we have here. What are your current energies? What are you currently going through right now? Wow. I like these cards, group number 3. I like these cards. So we start with the very beautiful and powerful Princess of Cups. I think that this is a very important aspect of you right now. This is the card of awakening, right? Awakening of emotions or love. There's a sense of inner vision, a dreamer, a seer, possibly the manifestation of an artistic desire, imagination, creativity. So you're currently under this energy, maybe even falling in love. This is definitely the card of a potential relationship. Okay, very interesting card. In this image, we see a budding of red roses on a bush, referring to the Gnostic text in which the first rose is created from the blood of the Psyche's virginity. There is a sense here of love in all its true splendor. So very interesting. I don't know if maybe potentially there is new love that's coming to you now, a new relationship, someone, but that's the energies that you're currently under. And a very important understanding of all of the princesses of the tarot, they are the element of earth, the princesses are. And so there is a sense of manifestation and creation here. Now, with the Eight of Cups, what we have is leaving the old or getting rid of it, right? And so we go right back to the clearing your space, right? We have here, I guess we can say she is the same princess, right? Now going through the depths, right? The darkness, letting go of that old skin to make way for what is coming, for the new. And so there's a clearing taking place here. She's shedding that old skin, going into the depths, right? And I feel that with those depths, with that energy, comes creation, comes new life. That's why we have the Princess of Cups, right? With her seeing ways, the muse, creative talent, and awakening in that area. So whatever creations are about to come, or whatever love, relationships, whatever, these things are going to, in many ways, set you up. They're going to provide something that you've been missing or been wanting for a while. Now, it's interesting that the clearing your space card it's the card that you chose, and it's also asking you to clear your energies, clear the negative vibrations all around you. And I think that you know who these people are, and I think that you know what these situations or events or whatever they are. Get rid of that immediately. Okay, you don't need that. That's the old skin that you're shedding. Make space for the new. Okay, it starts. I feel that maybe for those of you that don't know exactly what you need to get rid of or what needs to happen, you just have to try and go through this psychology exercise of cleaning your space, right? When you clean your space, you're also cleaning the thoughts in your mind. You're organizing it. When you organize your space, you're organizing the things that are going on in your head. And so it's important for you to go through that process, because you are going to unlock something. You're going to tap into something, and that thing is going to really just aid you, because these are the energies that you're currently under. You're under a very creative kind of energy with the Princess of Cups. And that creative energy leads to an undressing, a shedding the old skin, a letting go of something to make way for the new. And so it's important for you to understand what that is. And for those of you that are struggling to getting to that place, it starts with cleaning your space, clearing that space. And that will ultimately potentially go into the energies around you. What are the people and the things and the situations, and maybe even potentially, the animals, right? Just everything. Everything is energy. So it's important for you to take almost a bird's eye view of things. And the only way to do that is by focusing on clearing and what you can control. Focusing on clearing your space in your home. Now, let's go ahead and try and get some advice from the oracles. We're going to start with the Angel Quest Oracle cards. We have here healing. And Archangel Raphael is telling you that healing your mind, body, and spirit are essential at this moment, right? And this Archangel is assisting you in that process. Archangel Raphael, wow. Very interesting. So there's a healing energy with that getting rid, right? With that shedding the old skin, bringing in that new creative talents, and potentially, these things are going to really bring you a lot of happiness and joy, and that in and of itself will bring you that healing energy. Now, what we're going to go ahead and do is throw some more tarot cards, just to get a deeper understanding of what is required at this time. Wow, you've got the Tower. Let's see what else we get here. What other energies? What is happening? What is coming? Wow. All right, so we have a little more information here. Group number 3. There are energies around you that are keeping you blocked. All right, now, don't take this as something that is negative, but take it as a positive. And what I mean by that is, there are energies that are keeping you down. They're keeping your creative talents in a mode of unmovement. It's in a stasis state. And so in order for you to tap into your creative talents, again, your creative talents, you have to go through a process of complete transformation. We see that with the Tower. Now, the thing is, you are destined to create something beautiful. That's what I feel strongly the cards are alluding to. You are destined to create something beautiful. And whatever this beautiful creation is, it requires for your creative talents to just be at a different level than they are right now. And so what you are being told is that help is going to come from a divine place. It is going to come sudden, okay? If you are, I feel like some of you are thinking, well, I've done all of the shadow work. I've done everything that I need. I don't know exactly what to do at this time. Well, you are going to receive the answers very soon. The fact that we've got this Archangel Raphael showing up, identifying himself by name and telling you that he is here. And then right after that, we have the Tower. My goodness, we have here almost an intercession. We have here a divine intervention, essentially. Those are the words I'm looking for. Divine intervention. And so it's like, Spirit is pretty much telling you, hey, the things that you don't see will be made available to you. The things that are hidden will be exposed. There will be no way of you to deny it once we're through with this process. You are going to be shown exactly what has been keeping you down, what has been keeping you in a bind. The energies that are no longer going to help you will be exposed. Now it's up to you to journey into the depths, to journey into the unknown, to essentially go through the process of clearing. And in doing that, you're going to be able to unlock the energies of the Queen of Swords. And so the Queen of Swords brings order to the world, right? The Queen of Swords, to me, is very important because she is the ultimate creator. She creates with her words. You know, this is the card of the writers. This is the card of the manifestors. This is the card of teachers, possibly even lawyers, you know, guides, philosophers. These are people who encourage knowledge in others. They nurture thought and insight. There's this power of perception. There's this ability to see the truth through ignorance and deceit. There's a sense of knowledge and understanding. There's objectivity. There's an understanding of the connections, and also even a method that can be followed, right? So there's a sense of creation that's going to take place with the Queen of Swords. This is the card that you are essentially bringing into your life right now. This is the energy that you need in order to aid you in your process, in order for you to be able to fulfill a very important creative endeavor. You need the energy of the Queen of Swords, and I think that she is coming. She is coming for you. She is going to awaken something very, very powerful in you. And for those of you that are saying, I have no idea how this is going to happen, well, don't worry, okay? Archangel Raphael is going to come suddenly and provide you with that revelation, which is why we've got the tower here, okay? You will experience it. Remember the exercise that we talked about, very important. That's your starting point. Clearing your space, physically doing it is a very important thing to do at this time. It is going to assist you, help you in a very powerful way. So let's go ahead and throw some more oracle cards. We're going to throw Moonology cards. I've already thrown them off camera, so we're just going to go ahead and reveal them. Let's see here. What else? What else do we have coming here, Spirit? Help us. Go wild. Wow, you have a full moon in Leo. Go wild is the message here. So I feel like what the cards are telling you is that it's not time to, you know, go into this hermit mode where you're reflecting and, you know, no. It's time for you to start living. It's time for you to start doing things with a lot of energy, right? When you're clearing your space, do it in a grand way. Do it in a big project. Do it in something very truly impactful, in an impactful manner. Make sure that you are cleaning that space very well. Make sure that you are, you know, getting rid of old things. Make sure that you are just going through a deep cleaning. Do not give up. Go wild. Go all out, right? This is that spring cleaning that needs to take place. It's time for you to do it. You're going to be able to see things from a different light and a different perspective when you start cleaning your space. All right, let's go ahead and reveal the final card. We have here New Moon in Aquarius, open up to change. Wow. So change is coming for you, Group 3. Change is coming. And I think the funny thing is, this card is in a position where it's right next to the tower. I think that the tower scares some of you. All right, that sudden energy of the tower that says that sudden change is coming. That might be a bit scary for some of you, but it is necessary. And also, it's something that you should open up to completely. You know, this isn't something that you should be refusing. Change is good. The only constant is change. And the only way that you can have what you want is to go through a process of destruction in order to make space for what is new, for the newness, right? You know, I'm thinking of Shiva right now. For some reason, I had the word Shiva just go through my mind. And I think that group number 1 also had I also thought about Shiva as well. But Shiva is the destroyer, okay? To deity known for destruction, but that destruction starts with the energy of, it starts with an energy of destruction, and it ends with an energy of creation, right? And that is what we see here. This is Shiva, okay? That's what we see here in this illustration. Shiva is pretty much telling you that change is coming, destruction is coming, but man, is that destruction going to be beneficial for you? That destruction is needed. Now, you yourself are going to partake in this. I don't want you to think that this is going to completely, take you to a place of despair, or that there's going to be any kind of sorrow here. No. This is actually going to be a very welcoming kind of destruction. And it starts with you taking action. You are being asked to take action, group number 3. Full Moon and Leo, go wild. There's a fire that is going to be lit inside of you. And so that fire is going to lead to, number 1, cleaning your space physically. That cleaning of the physical is going to turn into energetical and just energy, right? And it's also going to clear your mind. It's going to help your psyche as well. So it's a complete transformation that's going to take place. With the Tower, what we have is release, right? What we have is freedom from fear through the immersion in it. There's a breaking down of constructs that limit us, right? Yeah, this is a house right here that has been built upon sand. And so whatever it has been built upon sand can't withstand the test of time. And so it must be broken down to make space for the new. And so I feel like liberation is coming. Potentially a destruction of the ego, a need to reevaluate, and a realization of something, a very important truth. And all of these things are leading you to the creative energies of the Queen of Swords, to the understanding of deep lessons, and ultimately to the seeing through the understanding of the Princess of Cups. Also, on a more, on a more relationship-based interpretation, we can also be talking about new relationships, new love, and partners coming in. Okay, so I think that we spoke about that, but that is something that we can pick up on with this Princess of Cups and this Eight of Cups. And so, what are the things that you need to leave behind in order to make space for these new relationships that are coming? It's a question to consider. But anyways, that is what I see here, group number 3. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. I want to thank you for watching. I want to remind you also that I am offering private readings. If you're interested in a private reading, you will have to go through my Etsy store. I'm going to leave the link in the description below. Thank you for the ones that have subscribed, that have given the video a like. Thank you for that. Thank you for the ones that have donated. Thank you. Also, leave a comment below. I want to know what you guys are up to. Also, if you do write, if you leave a comment, I will respond back. So please do that. If you have any ideas for the channel, if there's something that you would like to see, definitely let me know so that I can go ahead and work on that for you. So, thank you once again, and bye-bye.